What is good, friends, and welcome back. Jonathan, what is good?
What's good, everybody? Glad to be here.
So you friends were happy with 9.1. In my opinion, I think it was the best update since a long time ago. A lot of stuff was addressed, a lot of issues were addressed with this update, but I feel like there is still room for improvement. There are a few things that could be optimized or that Lilith announced, and we're still waiting for that. So we're gonna kind of simulate what we would expect from 10.1, okay, instead of 9.1. And you guys can disagree. I mean, this is my idea, but I'm sure you will agree with me as it just makes sense, right? But if you do have ideas, please write them down in the comments below. If we have enough, we'll make another video about that. We're gonna give you the shout out and highlight your idea because we give credit where credit is due.
We always give credit where credit is due. I mean, everyone has a different perspective and has great ideas.
So I'm not gonna waste any more of your time. Let's talk about the first topic, officer optimization. In this menu, okay, when you want to pick another officer, I need this to be streamlined. Smaller icons or a list, and get rid of that window right there. We don't need that. We know our officers, and if we need to inquire about them, we just go to the officer tab right there. But in this section, I want to be able to have all the officers in one screen, in one box. Please, Lilith, make this smaller, streamline this, por favor.
What I would like to see as far as the officers as well is a preset button where we can switch from loadout 1, loadout 2 in case we wanted to change off, like from offense or defense or something like that. That would make a very big streamline it.
We all know that spies is a common thing. They're so annoying, and the only way we could deal with them inside a conquest, as you know, when you're locked in, you cannot kick anyone. So if the spy comes in, you're kind of stuck with him and nobody can really help you. So we know that we have the role 0, R0. R0, you cannot impede or you cannot burn enemy territory, but let's say if we could have a R-1. So R-1 is kind of a punishment for a spy or somebody who infiltrates your alliance only to do evil stuff. And the R-1 or -1, you cannot attack enemies, you cannot use the chat, your name is in a pink color, I don't know, anything goes, but you need a way to punish somebody that only wants to do bad thing in your alliance. This way, at least you cannot sabotage your conquest, and you can address this issue afterward when the conquest is done.
No, I agree with you on that, because there's always the bad apple that could possibly ruin an entire conquest.
Right, makes your life miserable. I know this is a game, but in the end, everybody wants to win. And I mean, if you don't work for the Alliance, you shouldn't be part of this operation. You should be punished for it. Third request is all the R5 and R4 will agree with. During a conquest or at any given time, let's say that you want to promote or demote somebody. So he's blocking a village and you want to demote him to R0. So you have to go to Alliance, then member, and search for his name, and you have 254 other members to look, and this can be time consuming. And some players, they are Asian and they have Chinese or Japanese or Korean name, doesn't matter the culture. For me, it's very difficult. It's all the same thing. It's very hard for me to look for somebody, locate him, and then demote or promote. How about you click on view and then you can promote and demote from that menu? That would save a ton of time, that would streamline the process, and I'm sure this is very easy to implement. That would make the life easier for all the people who are R4 or R5. Think about us, it's a lot of time to take care of that stuff. For those who are playing on mobile and may not have the latest and greatest device, people who are complaining about the lag, the overheat, and all those problems with playing Warpath on a mobile, because let's face it, Warpath was made on a mobile, was designed for a mobile platform before being released on PC. Light mode, as we know, it sucks. Let's be honest here. I don't like light mode. It's not pleasant to watch. A lot of commanders are asking for a different type of light mode, a mode that would reduce the animation, the special effect to a bare minimum, like no base skin, everything that moves on your screen that use CPU power. That what makes the game hard to play on a average device. And I don't think that you should be punished because you don't have the latest phone that costs a fortune now. So having a light mode but lighter on the CPU, having the same amount of unit on screen but no animation, like no frills. I mean, the game looks beautiful as it is right now, but all those players that are used to this game, they don't need that to enjoy the game. They just want to be able to play without lagging.
I actually have to use light mode a lot, and the reason being for that is because I do play on mobile, and I am a father of 3, so I'm always on the go, interacting with my family and my kids. So sometimes I'll be in the middle of an L4 conquest and I have to get into a fight, and light mode triggers on, and yes, it's still laggy, but it's still playable. But when you're trying to enjoy the game, it's not enjoyable in that sense. Now, granted, they recently did an update on light mode. If you don't remember, you used to not be able to tell the enemy unit's power when in light mode, and that right there was a blessing. But if they could come out with that, where it's getting rid of this base skin animations, and like you can keep the base skin, just get rid of the animations, and the officer skill animations, I think that would really help drag down the CPU, so that way it's more sustainable.
A special request for all of you that ask for a dark mode. Do you remember, for all those OG players, I think it was until version 5, I don't remember exactly, but everything was dark instead of white. And now, since they redid the interface, everything is white instead of dark. I don't like that. I'm used to the dark theme. A lot of commanders requested that, and a lot of apps now, major apps, they offer a dark and a light mode. So it would be easier on the eye, especially when you're in Moscow and everything is white. That would relieve my eyes. So while we're gonna speak, I'm gonna show up the dark mode from back in the days. I miss the dark mode, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are missing the dark mode as well.
Yeah, I do too. And here's another thing that's also funny about the dark mode. I'll give a real life perspective on that. If you have a spouse and you play at night, like, and you're in a big fight and you're in bed next to your spouse, dark mode prevents you from your spouse getting angry at you, because it's so bright.
Yeah. You don't want to get your wife angry because you're playing while she's sleeping. You do not want to wake up your wife, okay? Now, the last feature I'm going to talk about, and then Jonathan, you're going to take over, is the Alliance chest. Now, since a long time, we maxed the Alliance chest. What is the Alliance chest? It's this one, the Alliance box. We are capped at level 40. Can we have more level?
Well, I got one thing to bring up about the Alliance chest. If they were able to increase the Alliance chest level, which is great, I think that the rewards have to scale and be modernized, because it's going off the legacy rewards prior.
Good point.
So like maybe throw some wrenches, maybe some Air Force refined component pieces, maybe some ground refined component pieces in there. Who knows, maybe even some officer statues, some random ones, or some exclusive lounge drink tokens in there. That would give even more incentive for people to spend more money and invest into their alliance, so that way they can get these rewards.
Well said. They definitely need to update this whole window here, make it look modern, update the chest, update the content, and just refresh it. Jonathan, I think you have two topics to address so we stay in line with the future of 10.1.
Everyone remembers the last Paramount Cup. A lot of people were excited for it, only for it to be a letdown. And no, we're not talking about who won or anything like that. We're talking about it was on an old map that everyone already knew and was familiar with, and there was a lot of features missing that should have been in there, because when you think Paramount Cup, you're thinking of the Super Bowl, right? Or the Stanley Cup, or the World Championship of a boxing match, because this is the best of the best. So then if you want to have spectators watching these matches, you need to make it as brutal and as hard as possible. So why don't you guys make an exclusive map for the Paramount Cup that is all with no safe zones like the OG days, where there's no blocks or limiters, and just let them have at it from day one. I mean, there is nothing blocking, and you can even model it somewhat off the Operation Hegemon map, where it's small and compact, where you actually have to fight, seriously fight. And because there's already alliance teams already made, put them in coalitions, and that simplifies the facts right there and done. It's a real easy format to figure out. And then the one of the coalition of the alliances that does the best in repute, that's the one that takes the victory.
All right. I mean, it sounds like you're furious or super excited, but I agree. I mean, at least give us a new map, a whole different map, so everyone is surprised, or you're throwing a curveball at us that we are not expecting this. We have to replan our strategy. We have to start from scratch, and everybody starts from a new map. Everything is unknown. So at the same time, we discover it, and that will draw more attention to this Paramount Cup, instead of just offering the same map with a little bit better rewards. That, between you and me, you said it, were a letdown.
Now, also about the Paramount Cup, one more thing that they need to really consider is that all rewards have to go to the victory side. It cannot go to one member. It has to go to everyone. It was a team effort, not an individual effort. Okay? The last point that we need to bring into Warpath, because it's in other RTS games, is a trade center, right? And also a part conversion system. Now, if you go back and you play, say, Lords Mobile, for example, there is an economic trade system in there amongst the players where they can help each other with resources back and forth. That is a huge asset in that game that should be also applied in here. This will help free-to-play players actually maintain an advantage when struggling against whales, because when a whale can just go and buy the resources, now the free-to-play player can actually say, hey man, I'm a little bit short, can you help me out? I'm trying to get this upgrade done before the next L4, and the alliance members can all pool together and help that member out. And the part conversion, let's just put it like this. I had a video up on part theory, and that I think was somewhat true and accurate. But now, since the modern wrenches have come in, everyone's been struggling to find gold plus parts. It's all over the community walls, all the Facebook groups. It's everywhere. But what we are noticing is that we're getting a lot more increased perfected parts. So why not you just give us the ability to convert gold parts to gold plus, and gold plus parts to gold plus. Like, say you need 3 gold parts of the same part to make a gold plus, then you need 3 of the same part in gold plus to make a gold plus part. That makes it easy, and that makes the grind much more economic.
All right, so you heard that, Lilith?
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
We will see all those new features in 10.01. Nah, maybe not, but at least I know friends listen to us. They don't listen to me, they listen to you guys. Me, I don't have a voice. We have a voice. Keep in mind that those features, those requests, they take time. But at least if Lilith is saying that they would consider it, we would have hope. Friends, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. If you agree, give us a thumbs up. If you have new ideas that you want to share, please write them in the comment section below. And like I said, we will highlight your ideas and give you the shout out for it. So that's all for tonight, friends. I'm gonna wish you a great week.
We got your 6, my friends. It's always a pleasure to make content for you guys. We will see you in the next one.
See ya.